All right, welcome to some Train Sim World 5. Sorry for the little delay, but we are getting a move on. ASR, welcome to the stream, Nabil, Connor, welcome. Where is the camera? Hello, Lasagna. The camera is currently refusing to work. I'm not using Nvidia Broadcast at the moment. Actually, hold on, that might be the problem. That might be why it's not working. I'm not using Nvidia Broadcast for the moment. I'm sort of taking some time off it and just seeing how much that ends up affecting like stream quality and just game quality whenever I'm playing. Although it should be showing up, but it's not showing up. There we go. Hi, I'm back. Now you've got my face. You've got my good old face. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I know. And there is going to be a green screen. There's going to be a green screen for now. Actually, I don't know if I can mess with it. Mess with it here. I don't think I can. What do you mean, bro said hi? What are you talking about, mate? What are you talking about, lads? Is it filters? Why is it under filters for webcam? There's not like webcam specific filters, and rather there's like normal sound ones. Anyway. Oh, okay, I've got it. That's a green curtain. Indeed, is a green curtain. I do wonder if I can. Okay, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it will do for now, I think. Hello, Joel. Then I see the 9070. The AMD GPUs. Yeah. It's looking good so far. Looking good. But I guess ultimately we'll have to wait and see, innit? It's this one that I need to like. Okay, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get, to be honest. I'll take it. Better than nothing. Better than nothing. Right. What's my controller? Here we go. Turn off this music. Well, it's done you a favor, Nabel. It's turned it off of its own accord. Right, we got 5. How have we got only 5 to go and there's 2 whole like chapters here? This has only got 3. And this has got 3 as well. I guess doing the scenarios helped, but still. Also, in that Polish car driving game on Roblox, you can do. Thank you, Nabil, for the bit. You can do driving tests.
_Nabil cheered. X1. Folded hands. My contribution to a streaming laptop.
How is it that you've got TTS off of 1 bit? That should be 10 bits minimum for TTS. Also, a Polish car driving game on Roblox, you can do driving tests to get a license. Is it just a copy of like city car driving then in a way? Nabil, your contribution to streaming laptop, my friend, is not even. I don't even think I'm gonna get 1p from that. But thank you for keeping me in mind.
UNBKT
Just gives you more money for delivering stuff.
cheered.
Oh, okay.
X1. 10 bits. Kai Senet off stream face with rolling eyes.
Right. I do plan on going back to that game. Lasagna. I don't think it'll be next week. Most likely it'll be the week after. Next week is going to be saturated with North London line gameplays. Driving test consists of a theoretical and a practical part. Crazy. You know what? I'm intrigued. I'm curious. I'm curious as to how well it's actually done, because I wouldn't be surprised if I end up being impressed. I'm not gonna lie. We are doing the new train because in Christmas they made trains and routes. Do you mean the reveals, Joe?
Reveal cheered. X1. Attention everyone, red exclamation mark, heartbreak has officially become mainstream.
Okay.
We will now be using wilted flower,
Okay.
spread the word, red exclamation.
I don't know if it's... Is it Streamlabs thing? I think it's a Streamlabs thing. Okay, Joe. Well, that's not the reason. I'm not playing this train for anything to do with the reveals. I just tend to play the latest DLC and try and finish the journey mode and the scenarios for whatever the latest DLC is. So once the North London line DLC comes out on Tuesday, you'll be seeing a lot of that. You know, until I finish the scenarios and journey mode on it. Okay, it should be back to minimum 10 bits now before an alert. Landing has a... Oh, you're flying today. I didn't expect that. Oh, no. Hold on. Minimum bits to alert 1 and the minimum amount to read 10. Okay, there we go. That will fix it. At least the voice is good now. Where was the other voice in messed up? It was a subscription voice, isn't it? The subscription voice. Although TTS is disabled for subscriptions. Maybe I haven't got that. I haven't got that one. I'll enable it anyway. And then hopefully it will sort out. It will sort out the weird voice that I was getting. I still don't know where that was from. So you know, it kind of is what it is with that one. I think maybe it would maybe sound alert. Although I don't think I'm using sound alerts for that, but it's worth a little look. There can also be police speed radar points, which actually fine you if you go too fast. I don't know, man. I really feel like it's gonna be like a Tesco value city car driving. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Other alerts tip in. Yeah, nah. Anyway, I'll worry about that if it happens again. It hasn't happened in a while, to be fair. Finally getting to Land 17 for the first time ever. That is wild. Right, pull you guys a little bit closer to me. Get the power up a little bit. Release the brakes. Although there is still a red signal ahead of us, so I think there's a train coming. So we won't go too fast. I'm glad that you're doing well, Connor. I'm doing good, thank you, mate. What am I doing on the train? Driving it, lad. I'm driving it, lad. I am really doing a giveaway, yes, Joe. Although, what would have been today's giveaway will take place on Wednesday instead. The new taxi driver job will release on the 8th of March. Why do I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if the taxi driver job ends up being a better experience than taxi life? Like, we'll get taxi life before taxi life, in a way. It all sounds good in text, but I don't really like that game. Oh, well, the driving one. Well, how does it compare to city car driving? You've played both, right? I don't have a play button, Joe. No, I think the minimum subs I need to have a play button is 100k, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see, haven't reached there just yet. Hey, hello, Punk. How you doing, mate? Good to see ya. Let's see how far off this train is. Oh, this is one of them ones, man. Okay, so the train's all the way here, yeah? So why can't we be let through this section here, and then when we get here, obviously that train can wait, and then we go right through, because we will get there quicker than the other train would have. Look how far back it is, man. It's even at the next section. Ah, this game, man. This game, and its wonderful way of doing things. I'm gonna speed up time. Oh, for real, Pong. Nice one. How was it? Was it just like a holiday, or was it like work related? This approach is interesting because you actually get to see cars while approaching. So where does the other runway have you land? Is it from the sea then? Hello, Transport Legend. How do you get your stream to stay on your page, in your profile? I've got no idea. I didn't even know you could have other people's streams on your profile. You're gonna just have to take a look at your settings and just mess around, see whatever setting makes sense to sort that out. But yeah, how was your stream, man? Hope it went well. Spending time with family, nice one, Punk, man. Priceless. No other sides. See his cars are. Okay. Yeah, lock in, bro. You got this. I haven't tried that kind of no. You got yours on yours. Oh, I don't recall like specifically setting that up. Maybe that's the default, or maybe I did set that up by like a very long time ago. The only thing I know is that you can have like a trailer there, because it's always prompting me for one. But yeah, it's not something I would know off by heart, unfortunately. Sorry. 6 views in a week. Nice one, man. Like six concurrent viewers. That's solid, bro. What were you playing? TSW? It's always nice having a chat on stream, isn't it? Takes a lot of the pressure off you to like commentate or narrate or just keep waffling. I don't know. Some people can do that. I can't. Thank you very much, Joel. Oh my god, I haven't had any water today at all. I was meant to refill this as well, and I completely forgot, unfortunately. I don't know if anyone else goes through this, yeah. But sometimes I struggle to swallow. Pardon me. Like my throat doesn't want to do what my brain's telling it to do. For the most part, it happens when I'm either drinking a lot of water in like one go, or if I'm trying to swallow a tablet, then my throat goes all funny. Ah, it wanted to route us on the left track for some reason. Okay. Well, that would explain why we had to wait all that while. Why is the maximum speed 17 miles per hour, not 80? Good question. I actually don't know, because all the other speed limits, as far as I know, make sense. 55, 60, 25. There is also 12 miles per hour at LA Union, so that's another weird one. Could be worth researching, you know, because I think on Tehachapi Pass, if I'm not mistaken, there's a 23 mile per hour limit, and the story behind that is that it was in between two different. It was a speed limit between two different sections of track that were owned by two different companies. One had a limit of 20 miles an hour. The other one had a limit of 25 miles per hour, and so the 23 miles an hour was basically an agreement to meet in the middle, which I find quite interesting. So perhaps there's a cool story on this one for why it's set up the way it is. I need to get my charger as well, god damn it. Got to watch the Long Island Railroad in real time as well while I was down there. Oh yeah, how was that? It's fun to station, especially during rush hour. I can imagine. Dude, you get the vibe that TSW has got it pretty much spot on. Yes, the middle would be 22.5 if you want to be that specific about it, but rounding it up, or just rounding it in general, regardless, it's going to be 23. I don't think a 22 a decimal speed limit would be viable. And some speedos, when it gets to 0.5, it automatically displays the next round number anyway, so either way you're probably going to be seeing 23 anyway. 79 miles an hour, because from 80 miles per hour onwards you need an in-cab safety system like 80. There you go, thank you very much, ASR. That's very interesting. So to avoid needing an extra safety system, whether that would be to save costs or less stress on the driver, I don't know, but seems like a bit of a petty move. I don't know why it couldn't have been like 75, for example. But yeah, there you go. Damn, we got 15 miles till our next stop. Goodness me. My tablet's on 10% battery. See, but there was nothing on the right track that entire time. The game, oh man, I wish the game would have dynamic dispatching, man. Because there are so many, like, it's not the biggest issue in the world, especially when you have God mode, but it happens so often. To me, it's on the same level of like oh, wait here for 1 minute, or wait here for 5 minutes, with no real reason as to why you're waiting. Or like, you get to the last stop, and then it just says wait. And it doesn't even tell you how long you're waiting, you're just waiting. And then, whenever the game decides to, that's the end of the scenario, then it will close it for you. We didn't have any crackling yesterday on the Cyberpunk stream. First time in a while. So as it seems, it is pointing to an issue with... it is pointing to a NVIDIA broadcast issue. These the marker lights are not on. Or are they? But very, very dim. It looks like they're very, very, very dimly lit. Okay, just forced me right back into the cab. I didn't even do that. Hey, wasn't that a thing in like TSW2 where you couldn't use external cam inside a tunnel, and then they sorted it out, but then that just happened out of nowhere. This is very reminiscent of Share Trappy Pass, actually. I've only driven it once in TSC, but I remember it quite well. I have some radioactive swords in the room. You go ask NVIDIA Broadcast, mate. Maybe NVIDIA Broadcast came with some built-in uranium. I'm glad none of you really seem annoyed by the fact that I don't use the horn when I'm driving on these US routes. Because to me, it's honestly just excessive. Like if it was just like a toot like you get in the UK, for example, or even in Germany, I'd be fine with it. But you have to play a whole pattern. And there's only like one loco, I think, on here, or maybe two, that has a button to do the whole sequence for you. Is that a horn sequencer? It is a horn sequencer, so they make it like 3. But even then, I have the CBA. Nice one, Nabil. I hope it was a better landing than the Air Canada flight a couple of weeks back. Like, there is that saying of a landing you walk away from any landing you walk away from is a good landing, but I think people would beg to differ with that particular situation. Mike tripping, really? Oh, brother. In what way? Is it crackling? Is it breaking up? Mike is very weird. And it was fine in the beginning. Help me out. Don't just tell me it sounds strange or it's tripping. Help me out. Like how? Like how does it not sound right? You know what? I do wonder. A few weeks back, Okay. Does it still sound weird, or is it, or has it sorted itself out now? It's good now. Okay. Because not too long ago, even on stream, I did it on stream. I changed. I increased. Well, it should have been an increase in the quality of the microphone. I increased the frequency. Um, but I don't. It didn't make much of a difference apparently, and um, also the issues I think started not too long after I did that with the crackling. So maybe it has nothing to do with NVIDIA broadcast at all. But there definitely is an improvement. There definitely is an improvement in performance, generally speaking. I feel like without NVIDIA broadcast. Good landing and approach. Nice one. The plane has been updated recently. So what does that have to do with the takeoff not being too good? Just like settings that you weren't familiar with, or the plane just felt a little bit different? First revision of flight mode on F was flight performance. First revision of flight model, I understood. Everything after that, I didn't understand. I don't know what an airfoil is. I've actually never even heard of that term. To refine flight performance, obviously, I understand, but I don't know what an airfoil is. Basically, the whole flight model's handling. Okay, okay. Yeah. When it comes to certain topics, just speak to me as a layman. Oh, you copied it from the changelog. Okay, that makes sense. You just gotta be my translator, and when it comes to when it comes to stuff like that. I'm wondering if instead of spending money on a streaming PC or a laptop, if I just get a 1440p monitor instead, and then I won't really be fussed about playing games in 4K. I'll be playing them in native. I'll be playing them at 1440p at native, so it would look better than what it looks currently, and that way there's generally less stress on the PC. I get the thing is, depending what monitor I go for, I could end up spending even more money than I would if I was to just get a streaming PC. Because I do want an ultra wide. I need to get a charger now. The alarm hasn't really come on in the train, has it? Oh, there we go. Speaking of the devil. How are your guys' weekends going so far? I know Punk's just come back to his hometown. Flight was 3 hours long from Brussels. Oh, how was the flight in general? Like weather-wise, turbulence, stuff like that. Wanted to from Gatwick Airport didn't properly load. Oh, that's an hour. Gatwick and Heathrow and stuff are heavy, innit? In terms of like assets and stuff. Heathrow ain't gonna touch. Yeah, for the better, man. If you don't want to melt your GPU. Or just melt your whole system at that point. How's Farming Sim doing, like in terms of, you know, popularity or unpopularity? I don't really get much like content. I used to get a lot of farming content being thrown my way on YouTube, Twitch, but I haven't seen any in a while. If there are any of you who actually really understand US train signaling, shout out to you, man. It's always so confusing to me. Like how does like a flashing red signal equate to, like, you know, like a UK yellow, for example? Why not just make it yellow? And then like on Long Island Railroad, they're all the same, but it depends on what angle the line is facing. Good to hear that the flight was good, Nabor. Any content on your mind to release soon? I don't, you haven't posted anything in a while, innit, on your channel? I think we can turn the wipers off now. The wet look on the mountains makes it look like there's snow. According to SW, the audio. Oh, the audio is weird. What were you using to record the audio? NVIDIA broadcast? Sorry, record in general. NVIDIA broadcast. I think this was where that flare was, you know. Actually, no, it wasn't. There wasn't any buildings nearby. Footage on the game's performance. Well, it depends, innit? If it was like weird all the way through, then yeah, perhaps. But if it was in here and there, then yeah, I'd say it's likely the game was at fault. Also, how come you're at home on a Saturday? Usually you're out, isn't it? The clouds and the hills look really good, man. I think they use a different method of doing it than they usually do on this route. Tell me in DMs, okay. No problem at all, man. I really do wonder what these right side tracks are used for. I would imagine they're to let traffic pass, but I'm not really seeing them used for that purpose here. And the only time traffic will pass you usually is if you're at a station. Let's get the horn sequence for at least once. I don't hear anything. Don't tell me it's bugged like it is on the other. That was a horrible start, by the way. Is it bugged like it is on the other loco? Oh my god, why is it stuttering so much? What was that all about? I'm pretty sure it's a bug. I don't see how it's not a bug. I don't see how that's not a bug. You'd surely you'd expect it to start, you know, ASAP. Let's try to bring in memories once again. It sure is, Nabil. I don't think anyone will know what you mean every time you say that, by the way. Which makes sense realistically, innit? It wouldn't be what it is otherwise. You know what? This is interesting. I just realized since I've been driving this train on this route, I haven't seen any Union Pacific freight services, but they're meant to be layered on. I wonder why that is. I didn't see any during the scenarios. I haven't seen any. Well, I think I've only done like 2 services so far, but still, because I would see them somewhat often before, especially near LA Union. You say it's preloaded. Have fun with it, bro. Honestly, have fun with it, man. One thing I've realized with GTA, I haven't touched it in a long while now, but when I did, like there'd be gaps between me playing it and then me not playing it for a while. But every time I'd go back to it, I'd be hooked for like a month. And that was way off. That was just online mode. I wasn't even doing any story mode stuff. Although I did, for a brief moment, go back to doing all the missions, and my plan was to get 100% in all the missions, but yeah, that's a myth. Ain't no way that's happening. Look, this is another weird speed limit, boys. 47 miles per hour. Now, I'm pretty certain... No, I was going to say I'm pretty certain if I go into kilometers, it would be a round number, but I don't think so. You already played 130 more hours of TSW5 than TSW3. Bro, TSW3 was my least played. I didn't even have much fun playing TSW3, man. Because I was mostly doing a Rosa line. I was trying to get through the journey mode, and in all the hours that I put in, I don't think I've reached even half. Because there's so many services in each chapter of the journey mode, and they're all 1 hour plus. And yes, I don't have the beef with that route that a lot of people do, but when you're playing it for tens of hours on end and that's all you're playing, oh boy, it gets dark very quick. I've played soundpad more than MSFS. What? I don't think I was using it for that long. The sound keeps cutting out and it's really annoying. I don't think I was using it for that long. That's wild. Because I played quite a bit of MSFS. I did all the training stuff for the Cessna, for the glider, for... There was another thing that I did. Oh yeah, the IFR. I started the IFR stuff. That takes hours. 33 hours. I guess that makes sense, I think. But I didn't use soundpads for that long. I really didn't. That's mad. But it's such a shame that the MSFS release was a flop. Because, like, I don't know what could have been, man. Like, surely by now, I would have had my hands on some peripherals. You know, I would have been, you know, somewhat comfortable with flying. Especially with all the career mode stuff, man. And that's why every now and again I'll ask, like, you know, hey, you know, does anyone know what's currently going on with Flight Sim? I still am genuinely interested in it. But I am planning on going ham and getting the Aviation Edition, or the Aviator Edition, whatever it's called. So, you know, I don't want it to be a waste of money. Whether it be I invest in bugs, or whether it be I invest in something that I don't, so I put money in something and then I never do anything with it again. It's not it. And what are you basing that off? Is that just your opinion? Is that like, is the state of the game still quite bad? This train is struggling. Shall I have the lights on, like, bright and ditch? I don't really see the reason why. Like, it's a daytime, right? You wouldn't need all the lights on full brightness. For the whole way. So in that case, Nabil, wouldn't MSFS be good for me as a beginner, as an introduction into the genre? Let's say I get really familiar with MSFS, you know, the general controls of a plane, IFR, stuff like that, and then move into something like X-Plane. It is. And you know, it will be something that I'd make content out of, should I get to play in it. And so I think that would also be something to consider. I'm sure MSFS would get a lot more views than X-Plane or DCS or any other flight sim out there. Do you get a helping hand though? I'll be very honest with you, bro. I didn't feel like I got much of a helping hand. I'll be honest. During the Cessna training, yes. But for anything else, not really. Like, there's no helping hand in how to fly an airliner, for example, or a helicopter. Maybe MSFS 2024 is different, but 2020... I didn't really feel like it was helpful, man. Like, for a Cessna, absolutely. Like, I still remember, put me in a Cessna and I think I'd be okay. But with in an airliner, not really. I struggled with the glider a little bit, which is, you know, quite simple to fly in theory. But there's some things I didn't really understand that I was struggling with, and I don't think the game really helps me enough with that. And that's with the glider, quite basic. So I don't know, man. I really do hope 2024 is a bit more hands-on in terms of helping you. Always good to see people getting in and out of trains in TSW. Got tough competition against Roblox. Simplified controls, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah. That definitely did help. Because I remember trying to fly a Cessna with all the safety help off. Like, I was flying it like completely simulated, and wow. I was in for a shock. I really struggled to land. I managed it eventually, but wow. And then that's the thing as well, right? It's like, yes, the safety things are there. They are. But what if you're someone that wants to progress into flying and experiencing turbulence and experiencing, I don't know, wind shear or whatever it may be. You know, there's not really something to take you from step 1 to step 2 and then step 3. It's like they'll get you to step 1 and that's it. The rest is up to you. You have to learn everything essential on your own. Yeah, exactly. Which, you know, if you've got the passion for it and the motivation, it becomes very easy to do, you know. You decide, yeah, you know what, I'm going to spend my time doing this research and watching these type of videos to try and pick it up. But if you're just going to play the game alone and you're going to want to pick up stuff from the game alone, there's not really much in the way of the game helping you much. But then I guess it's not really a sim that does that, really, innit? Like, the truck sims don't really do that. SimRail doesn't really do that. This doesn't do that. Actually, no, this does. Tell a lie. With all the tutorials and videos and stuff, this does. This does. You know, you get P/B explained to you. You get some of the US signaling explained to you. It does help you to move from complete amateur to someone who's relatively decent at driving a train. Yeah, exactly. When you actually have a passion for something, like, it's fun, right? Learning becomes fun. Doing research becomes fun. Like, you can't even you can't wait to get home from work or from school to, you know, watch this so and so's person's new video on, you know, flying this plane or that plane. I do miss that, man. I do miss having that excitement. It hasn't really been a game in recent times that's, aside from Red Dead. Like, Red Dead's been the only game in the last, like, 5 to 10 years to make me, you know, feel that, like, that excitement. I'm feeling hopeful towards GTA 6, but I don't have that, like, I'm not bubbling for it, you know? But I do hope that when I do get into it, that feeling comes back. Cyberpunk's kind of gotten that feeling going, but not as much as Red Dead did. But I think generally speaking... Oh, actually, you know what? Let me be quiet. I was going to say, I think low-key this game is better than the other, but when it comes to those two, I'm just gonna stay quiet instead. I think that's the best option. These starters are so weird. I wonder if it's because, like, I haven't played this game since CSW5, so shaders haven't cached yet. But yeah. Also, Jetwash's his lighting and enhancement pack has now gotten a German manual, so could be worth checking out. I did not see this 79 limit on the HUD, I'll be very honest. Maybe it was there and I missed it, I don't know, but... We'll take weeks off of the release of GTA 6, bro. I'm so glad, like, I'm working part-time. I'm so glad. Because the thing with London Underground is, the way that, like, you'd get shifts if you were doing full-time work. You don't... like, 1 week will be different. Every week is different, basically, in terms of your hours and your days. So you can't even, like, really plan ahead. So you can, but only as far as the rota has been released. But it's not like, okay, you're always going to be doing 9 to 5, for example. And I think that's something I'd struggle with, man. I can see this 79 limit on the HUD. The other one just sprung out on us out of nowhere. Nabil, I'm gonna get Premiere Pro legit. Are you proud of me? I'm gonna give money to Adobe. Love seeing the AI traffic spawn out of thin air. You're not. I'm not gonna lie, I tried to look around for, you know, a version from the high seas. I couldn't find any that, you know, seemed trustworthy. And you know, to get something legit, it's just one less headache, right? Like, you ain't got to worry about some program not working well with it, not playing nice. You ain't got to worry about updates. I should play Isle of Wight Railway in Roblox. I didn't even know that was a thing. I could. Is that really well done? Because realistically, it's a short little line. It's quite quaint. So there's no excuse for it to not be well done, you know. Talking about it like it's a piece of steak. Boy, I could not get this thing to stop. Jesus Christ. Wow. So I need to play Isle of Wight Railway. I need to play Polish car driving. The trolley bus one, it is incredible in terms of realism, from what I've seen, but it's just frustrating. Like, I wish when you had to connect the pole to the cables to the wires, I wish that like it would highlight the wires for you, just so you know, for better visibility, because I could see nothing and it was very frustrating, especially when I was a bit short on time. And I don't quite understand how the wires got disconnected in the first place, to be honest, because I was going very slowly. I didn't make any like sudden turns. The recognition value. What do you mean by recognition value? Like, yeah, you can tell where you are if you know the route. It's not like advanced Roblox game. Okay, fair enough. That's disappointing. I mean, let me not, you know, crap on it. Probably some kids made it, but still. How hard is it to make a game on Roblox? I do wonder how much like coding is involved in something like British Railways, for example. I wonder how much work went into that. Like, you'd obviously have to create the train models themselves, right? That would be custom. Oh, would all the assets be custom? I guess if you want to do it really well. I feel like I can hear like rock music on my left. Like from the left side of the train. It's been going on for a while. Apparently there are more of these locos than there are the loco that actually came with this route initially. Does make you wonder why they didn't just sort it out properly in the first place. I think we're also meant to be seeing MP36s as well. And I haven't seen any. I've got a mod that's meant to put them in. They're meant to be in officially. Depressing sound. What? The train sounds are depressing, Bill. Gaming City. What are we talking? Like, It's gonna be like a big building that's gonna be like dedicated to gaming. It has to be Rabat, innit? It only makes sense, to be honest. Can't imagine it being anywhere else. And it will probably be popping as well. The only other place I know that has a dedicated gaming anything like that is Japan. They've got a gaming hotel. Three hectares. I don't even know off my mind what how big that is. Office spaces for game development, creative industries, technical studios. World Class Arena for 1,000+ gamers. They're going in. Wow. Okay. That's impressive. I still don't really know how big that is off my head. I'm not familiar with acres. But either way, it sounds impressive. Just by judging, just by the fact of features, 4 football fields. Jesus, okay. Yeah, you have to break it down to me the American way. Wow, man, that's impressive. Fair enough. Hopefully, you know, they get through it without any without much corruption. Hopefully, with solid internet. I'm sure the internet in Rabat's pretty good. Taking it away from the rest of the country. This line just keeps on going, man. Moroccan internet is depressing, bro. Oh man, when I'd bring my PS3 back in the day and I tried to play online. Oh my god. Off Wi-Fi as well, by the way. I wasn't even doing it via Ethernet cable. It was pure Wi-Fi. Whoo, that was painful. What an experience. You ain't struggled playing online until you tried to do it in Morocco. And then, God forbid, you're using the internet, all is going well. Oh, this is a 2-hour run. All is going well, and then family from abroad calls on Skype or MSN. Yeah, it's done. Your gaming session's done, man. Wave goodbye to it. And then if it's going bad, they all blame you. Because you're using up all the internet. Good times, man. This is my first time actually like having a look at everything that's available to press. Right, this is a full run to LA Union. 2 hours. Strap in, boys. When the whole family's at home. Yeah, that one as well. My last few visits there, I would be at home and I'm using my mobile data. I cleaned out my data. I'll do it in like a couple of days. 10 gig. Just like that, gone. Because I just could not bear the Wi-Fi sometimes, man. Oh, here's the Union Pacific. Talking to the devil. Three locos. Jesus. Then a cheeky one at the rear. My lips be dry, man. I want to be surprised if we get some rain later on. There's a ton of clouds. Today's diabolical. Don't sweat it, my brother. Don't even worry about it. I just saw that we've only got 2 viewers on Twitch. I thought it was just a chat being dead. 2 viewers on a Saturday afternoon playing TSW. Diabolical is an understatement. So as a streamer, yeah, as a streamer, you gotta have resilience. Because that is depressing. I shouldn't have even looked. That is depressing, man. It started off pretty well. There were quite a few people around. The F59PHR effect. Maybe, but... You know, TSW 4 days. Who cared what route, you know, was being streamed? The streams were popping. But it's what it is, you know. I was on a stream yesterday. I won't say the person just in case maybe they wouldn't want me to. I was on a stream yesterday. I was talking to the person, and I was the only person watching, but they had 600 followers, you know, and like at least I've only got 200 and something followers, you know. I've got less than 300 followers. So at least you can say, okay, maybe it's that. Why am I struggling to stop? It's not even like it's a super long train. Goodness me, man. That's really annoying. Yes, Tim cursed me because yesterday he came in talking about, oh, the brakes on this train are so trash. The brakes on this train are trash. And I didn't experience that. And since he said that, I've been experiencing it. I blame Tim. Slap request a route in the title. Either request a route can save it at this point. Yeah, that's really bad, you know. Really, really, really bad. At this time on a Saturday. In March. In the beginning of March. We've only just entered March today. It's not even like, you know, summer holidays and everyone's out. Everyone's away on holiday. Everyone's stuck at home. It's cold. Even Nerd's not around. That's how you know it's bad. Even when Nerd's not around, you always somehow, regardless of what time or day is there, it just highlights to you the dire state of things. Getting more views of Simro. I mean, yeah, we'll get more than 2 viewers, but not many more. With Simro, I'll be the only person streaming it on the entirety of Twitch. And I have like, what was it last time? Like 6, 7 viewers. Which I'm not complaining about the viewers themselves. I'm talking relatively to the fact that I'm the only person streaming it. Which means that, you know, I don't think there'll be many more views of Simro. There's not that much interest, I don't think. I always use TSW as like my like sort of like leverage, because when I was actually not getting any viewers, TSW would be the game that would get me, you know, the 3, 4 concurrent ones with, you know, a couple people talking and chat. So when TSW is you know, it has got us in the current state that we are in, that's when it's like, whoa, things are bad. The stream GTA 5R, you specifically, Nabil, you in particular, I don't want to hear anything about GTA 5RP from you. I need to make it so that I ban only you from saying it. Everyone, if anyone else says it, it's fine, but when you say it, it censors it. Bro dedicated, invested minutes, hours, days, weeks, months into saying, why are you playing GTA 5? Why are you playing this? Nobody wants to watch it. Look at the viewers. No one's watching it. I wrap it up. I finish it off. Huh, man, you should play some GTA 5 RP. Are you mad? Are you actually mad? The answer is yes. Summer. It was summer. He dedicated the best time of the year to hating on the GTA RP streams. You're just waffling at this point. I can't believe anything you say. It's all waffle. It's all bollocks. Oh, the gang all fell apart. It all fell apart. After we left, like within, I think it was within a month, the leader got kicked off the server, and then like a handful of like the main people also got banned. Some temporarily, some permanently, and then after that, you know, that was it, man. There was a Discord group that I was part of, and a lot of the viewers that would watch, you know, that were invested in watching all the storylines. And yeah, that was popping. That was popping. And then now it's just dead. I left it not too long ago. It just completely died. Like it just completely just, yeah, it died. That's it. Which is sad, man. But you know, here's what it is. Imposters working at LSPD. Nah, D's doing his thing, man. D's doing his thing. It's tough being in the situation that he was in, because everyone like kind of left. Autumn like kind of just drifted away. I obviously left completely. Jalen left completely. The gang fell apart, which is all really that all that his character was, you know, really hanging on for, or hanging on to. It was a tough position, man. Tough position. I think he's done pretty well for himself, considering the circumstances. Imposters is crazy. Is there anyone else that's currently working for them other than D? Last alive February 10th. Who was last alive on February the 10th? Oh yeah, that's true. You know, I haven't been seeing her. Yeah, I should just probably check up on her. Hopefully, I'll remember to. I'll shoot her a message later on Discord. That's wild, because she was holding it down on No Pixel. Like streaming daily, like ridiculous hours. I'll never forget, I came home from work I think it was a Sunday morning. It would have been a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning. I came home from work. So it would have been like 7 a.m, 7:30 a.m, or even 8. And I checked on Discord, and I noticed that she was playing GTA. It was either that or she was streaming it. I think I would have been watching it. I would have been on Twitch on the last couple of hours at work, and she was live, and I was like, my god, like she is putting in work. So yeah, for her not to have been live since February 10th is actually crazy. Are you sure it's been that long? It's possible that she's been live but just doesn't have any VODs. I think she had an issue, like sometimes there'd be a VOD for her live and sometimes there wouldn't. So it could just be that, to be fair. But I also don't feel like I've seen her live, even when I've just been on Twitch. Because I'm pretty sure that the thing I'm talking about happened after that, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We need to get a coach sim, like an actual good coach simulator, man. Like that gap in the market, I feel like has existed for too long at this point. And I feel like if SES wanted to do it, because I feel like they've got a solid base, they would kill it. They would kill it. I don't know what's like no, that's why I said a good one. That's why I specifically said a good one. I know Fernbus exists. Because SES have got the base, they've got the map, you know, like one of the major things that someone coming into that area would have to develop would be the map. And if you're doing coaches, you could either focus on, please don't mention tourist bus, you could either focus on a country and make it a big map of that one country and go from city to city, or multiple countries, which I think would be more appealing. But regardless which way you go, you're gonna be putting in work on creating the map. So I don't know, man. I'm sure they've got a good reason for why, you know, after like a decade after announcing that they, you know, they were thinking about it, they still haven't done it. But SES needs to do something, man. Not, you know, it's not that the truck side of things, it isn't going amazingly well, but please, SES. Someone get into contact with someone from SES and just tell them stop playing around, man. Look how busy this station is. What's going on here? Am I playing Roblox or am I playing TSW? Let's see how many are going to get on. We've had pretty good luck so far with passengers getting on and off. Hopefully that continues. Okay. Nice. Our fortune continues. No one's buying those bundles, bro. Let's be serious. Like maybe someone from like, you know, someone living in some forest somewhere away from everyone, away from civilization, that doesn't really know anything about these games and has like a vague interest in them. Maybe. But come on, man. Is this a collectible? Or you pick up the hat and put it in the hanger? You saved €2.50. Look, the cheek, the audacity. Like, they have to have some level of self-consciousness, right? They have to know that games aren't popular and aren't great. Embarrassing, man. But you know what? I don't know, man. They have this faith here. I can only respect it. I can only admire it. Because it's the faith is beyond the realms of common sense. And then the bus, right? Everyone knew within the niche of bus sim fans how popular OMSI was. Like, they're a team, right? This is not just the work of two people. You've got a team working on this game. You've got new technology. You know, TMO is not the best name it's not the best household name, but you know, it's a name people recognize. And yet somehow they've managed to make it a flop. Like the least they can do right now, with as you know the low player count they have, is have some like crazy sales. That's the only way they're gonna really bring in the customers. Money laundering. That's the only thing that makes sense at this point. Like, tell me a logical explanation for how this company is still up. And then Aerosoft. How can the government? The fact that the government trusted Aerosoft is diabolical, man. Out of all the companies to invest in, out of all the companies to trust, you pick Aerosoft. That's how you know whoever was advising regarding that decision had no idea what they were talking about. And then on top of that, even Aerosoft themselves, yeah, with such a responsibility, surely they would think, you know what, we need to step our game up. Right, we haven't been doing the best up to now, but we've been recognized nationally. Let's smash it. What did he go and do? The same stuff they would have done anyway. And you bring shame to like gaming in general. You bring shame to the flight sim genre. You bring shame to the work that other studios develop. And they still walk around proudly with their chests puffed up. Oh, I don't know if there are going to be any evening streams next week, you know. I don't think there will be, not in the schedule anyway. If I do manage to sneak a couple in here and there, I'll do so. But I don't think I'll be able to put any in the schedule. Bruh. Why? At least CTS Tram is somewhat popular, right? It's not a great game from what I'm hearing, but it is a little bit. It's got quite a bit of a following, isn't it? So I don't know. They're doing it right enough. Well, the Aerosoft one was just a complete flop. When are the UK government gonna invest in Dovetail, man? I'm gonna start streaming on TikTok again from next week. This fog looks like there's like a forest fire somewhere nearby. He's hoping CEO Salzburg grows on time. Might as well just add it in yourself at this point. Honestly, watching my stream on an OLED screen really highlights like how much I'm missing out in terms of like quality, in terms of like the colors, and it just looks better. I can't describe it too tough, but it just looks so much better. I do wonder why they didn't include it then, if it's like that obvious. Oh, it's clearly why ViewUp decided to do that. What? So they could get the financial aid. How bad is it bug-wise compared to TSW? ViewUp sold their Lotus DLC Munich to another developer. Probably for the better, if we're being honest. What I want to see is Rivet's DLC for the bus. I've been working on it for a while now with no information, as far as I'm aware, on what it is. If it keeps them away from TSW, I'll be happy, but I'm pretty sure it's a completely separate team. so troublesome at this point. That's a sad thing when it comes to a lot of these games, man. It's the fact that they just get abandoned. And it's almost like, was really like the whole point of you developing this game and spending time and resources into it just so you could make money off FOMO and move on to the next thing? Now, of course, the game's never going to be good if that's your mentality. There's no passion in it from the get go. Like a lot of the focus of these developers is to get games, to build games that people will buy on day one, and then that's it. You'll be very lucky if these games get any sort of DLC, let alone like proper support and whatnot. They're blaming it on Aerosoft. In what way? What are they saying? Oh, it's being claimed. Okay. God only knows what goes on behind closed doors when it comes to Aerosoft, man. And why is it everything they do is crap, man? Like, okay, cool, your games are crap, fair enough, but you've gone now to develop a wheel, a steering wheel. That's also crap. No matter how well you try to market it, how hard you work trying to market it. It's like they can't do anything right, man. And yet somehow they still exist. That's why money laundering is the only viable explanation as to why they're still around. No one's buying that wheel, man. Best rated product on Steam from all games that's published. See, Boss Manager. Is that like a type of? Is that like actually like a management type of game? Okay. And I would assume they haven't done anything like that since. And bus company. Oh, okay. That makes sense then, because at least those guys seem to have a bit of sense. Although, you know, if we're being honest, bus company sim is not the cleanest, but, you know, bearing in mind it's made for OMSI. I think I'd be in denial if I don't say that it's pretty well done, given those particular circumstances. No, these lights are definitely not on. You cannot tell me these lights are on, man. It's dark enough that it would be a bit clearer that they're on if they were on. It was their first project ever. Yeah, but they can work on. They can continue to work on it. It doesn't have to be a V1 and then that's it. They are still working on it. Interesting. Could definitely still be better. I guess because it's not their only project, isn't it? So every new feature is for premium only, though. What a poor business model, man. Like, fair enough, have features that are genuinely premium that people can pay for. And then also have features that just make the general experience using your software better for everyone. The reasoning given is something like after 5 years of free PC updates, was to think about financial sustainability, which is fine. My point still stands, which is fine. Make those features that actually make sense. Maybe they make it easier for you to, to level up, or you get more XP per journey, or, there's many ways to make it a subscription kind of thing. That would make sense. But if you're just making general improvements to the software, it doesn't make sense, in my opinion, to make it something that you have to pay for. Unless they market BCS as a premium product, but then also give you a free version that's basic, almost like some sort of demo in a way. But it doesn't. BCS doesn't seem to be marketed like that. And ultimately, you already pay for it. So you pay for it once just to have it, and then they want you to pay for it again and again for what you basically should have already paid for. That's when it now crosses over even further into questionable business practices. Further free updates are unfortunately no longer economically possible for us. I don't believe that. With all due respect. I just don't believe that at all. Not while, having a VIP option and stuff like that. Like as it stands, you can pay for certain things. I just don't feel like software updates should be a part of that. That's ridiculous in my opinion, man. Unreal Engine 5 update when? With how the game is, I honestly think it would make the whole thing worse. Like the game's already on strings as it is. I mean, OMSI is such a niche, right? That you'd wonder if it's even worth it. It's like it only really needed one person to do it, or one studio to do it. But to be fair, if someone else makes one and it's actually very, very good, then yeah, I think it could blow. There is no other option, no. And that's just a curse in gaming in general, innit? You wanna play... That 34 came out of nowhere. You wanna play a coach sim, go play Fernbus. It's absolutely trash, but there's no other option. You want to play a solid bus sim. I don't think the bus comes. I don't know, but the bus is like an arcade version of a bus sim. The bus is not a sim; it's a game. So if you really want a bus sim experience, all you have is OMSI. That's your only option. Tons of DLC, and it does have its good parts, but you know, for a game in 2025, it's not a good game. Well, now, you know, people are more comfortable with AI and stuff, and, you know, AI can actually code. It's definitely, I'm sure it's easier than it's ever been. I wonder how much it would help in TSW. If like, hello, Amazing Lion, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Long time. And the guys at Dovetail went on ChatGPT and said, listen, we've got a game, it's using Unreal Engine 5, but there's X, Y, and Z issue. What would you recommend? I'm sure it would help. Just finished eating lunch. Nice one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully the bathroom doesn't alert you. What did you end up having for lunch? You could be getting another New York-based railway system. Really? What's the basis of that info? Because realistically, as it stands, it really does look like the US content is a little bit in the bin. And there's no US routes in the works right now, right? Officially, like on the roadmap or anything. You know what? I would rather have France as well, you know. I would rather have France as well. Not anything against the US. I would just rather have France. With how US is currently being treated. You know, the Slowco is nice, but... Like I said, generally speaking, US content in general is a little bit... It's not exactly the priority right now for the game, so there's not... You know... I just worry for the quality of it when it does come out, you know, because even before, when US content was being made regularly or somewhat regularly, the quality was still lower than UK and US UK and German content. Okay, well, I'm gonna stuff the forum myself later on at work, and yeah, hopefully I catch it. What section of the forum is that topic? Is that thread? Sorry, Amazing Lion. Is it under general? It would definitely be easy in a build. Definitely. I don't know why this weird like neglect for it. The LGV route we have. Matt said some years back that it was in like the top 3, I think, the top 3 routes that were bought and played or something. So you know, that was difficult to believe then. It still is difficult to believe now. But given that being, let's take that as gospel. Why haven't they capitalized on that then? Why haven't you created more French content? It's weird. There's tons on TSC already that they could use as a base. Why did you copy and paste that? It's in the PC editors discussion. Okay. Okay, so then is it Okay, so it's someone from the community that's making it then. Discord's always got something to do with the streaming a bit, of course. Marker lights on apparently. If I turn them off, they look like that. If I turn them on, they look like that. Nice, nothing changes. So they are off. Oh, got nothing to do this stream. Oh, sorry, I misread it. I thought it said what the hell was that? Oh, thank you, Chuck. There you go, Nabil. There's your sub. How you doing, Chuck, mate? Thank you very much for that. How you doing, mate? How's life? How's work? How's your health? He got nothing to do with this stream. You know what? He's kept me occupied, man. He's kept me company this stream. It's been a dead stream. It's been a very dead stream. So after like the first 20 minutes. It's a forum from February 22nd, which from last week, called Staten Island Railway. Yeah. So it's community made. If it's community made, then yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, then I've got no doubts about it. But for like Dovetail or somebody official to work on it, on a US route, I highly doubt it. Thank you very much, Chuck. I think we are going to see some incredible routes released. There are some very good ones in the works right now, but I think over the next 2 or 3 years they'll all be coming out, and yeah, I don't think anyone will be buying from the majority of the first parties after a certain point. Well, it's only one first party, but you know what I mean. Just tired from work. I'm glad you're good, my man. I'm glad you're good. Make sure you rest up well, man. Rest is good for the body, good for the brain. I'm doing well, thank you, my man. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm very blessed at the moment. Trans-Siberian Railway DLC. I don't know anything about a DLC for that game. What would its DLC contain? I've seen nothing about it come up on my Steam feed. So it running better basically means it will be busier, right? Amazing Lion, which is if we're talking busier than the entirety of Long Island Railroad 2, that is a hell of a task. However, there's a lot going on the North London line that's coming out on Tuesday. That was developed by one person from the community, so I'm not gonna have too many doubts. It runs every 30 minutes during off-peak hours. Okay. So how will the complete service number compare to Long Island Railroad? Do you know? Oh, you heard it on somebody's stream. Fair enough. I don't think there's been. I don't know. Maybe they put something on their social media or maybe on their website. But usually I get a lot of my news for games that I don't research from Steam. Like when I open Steam, on the library section, there'll just be, oh, this, this community. Usually the developers will put a community post on Steam. And since the last update, I haven't seen anything at all for TSRS. They need to extend the story first, and then give us a DLC. But I'm sure they'll do that before long. Or I wonder if the DLC will be an extension of the story itself. I want to be surprised if at some point of that game you get to a level where you become the boss, and then you have other people working for you, and then you're running train companies that are also doing illegalities on the side. I feel like that's the easy path for that game to go down. I hope it doesn't, to be honest. I hope even if you do end up being like the boss, it doesn't end up being a transport management game. Yeah, true, Nabil, but I feel like some care was put into that game. It doesn't feel like a game released by, a typical corporate studio. So I do have hope. I am hopeful about it. But, you never know, man. There could be a particular way one year, and then the next year basically sell out. Hello, literally just a gun. I'm good, my friend. How are you doing? I mean, it sounds good, the Amazing Lion. Thank you very much, literally. Appreciate your bits. That sounds kind of strange, but you know what I mean. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to reading the forum and seeing what's what. Talking generally. Yeah, fair enough, Nabil. Fair enough. Thank you very much for the follow, literally. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel, mate. $7 days. Oof. As long as the beds are comfy, because I'm sure it's a sleeper, right? You'll be on a sleeper. As long as the beds are comfy, it'll basically be like you're in a moving hotel. Thank you for the posture check, literally. Although my back is pretty straight at this very moment in time. Playway. What games have they published again? They sound very familiar. Playway. It sounds very familiar. I just can't remember what games they've developed. Do you have any idea how much it would cost, Chuck, out of pure curiosity? Oh, amazing, Lion. It could be worth putting in your 2 cents then on the forum as well. Any information kind of like, put towards any project, to be honest, would go a long way, I think. They do publish tons of games. Okay, Simro, that's where I'm familiar with them, Simro. I know they publish a lot of games, but there was a game that I know that I play that they published. It's Simro. I don't remember the logo appearing on TSRS. Snowplowing sim. That's probably very relaxing, very calming. You know what though? $1,000 for 7 days. If service was excellent on board, I'm not gonna lie, I think it could be worth it for the experience. Because you'd be going through some beautiful views, man. And realistically, especially if you're not from around there, it's a once in a lifetime experience. Is that meant to be like a dealership? Why is there just like a car park in the middle of nowhere? Amtrak from Chicago to LA. Is there much to see in Chicago? I think there are quite a few lines in the US that would be very good experiences. Pardon me. What, from Chicago to LA, Chuck? So would the ferry make an appearance, Amazing Lion, on that route? I mean, yeah, if you've already kind of like gotten a taste of it from the video chuck, then okay, yeah, fair enough. I think I'd like to start with a Swiss route, a Swiss train journey. Then probably a couple in the US. If we're talking like experiences. Because I do also want to ride on an ICE, but I feel like that's a little bit different. Yeah, of course you can, Chuck. Of course you can, mate. There's a ferry system that's located across the train system together. Okay, so it should make an appearance then, realistically. Especially if it's coming from the players. Attention to detail is usually quite impressive. Essentially, the train will arrive within minutes of scheduled departure on the ferry should be departing. RIP to anyone that misses that train. But then I guess if you're smart, you would take the train before. Or the train before that. True Street the warehouse. What? Jeb Brooks. I've never seen this content. But yeah, shout out to him, man. Hello, Dommy. How you doing, mate? I'm good. I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm doing good, thank you, mate. He's banned from the houses. What? What is bro yapping about? And why is there only one lamp that's currently on at this station? Why is this on by itself and everything else is off? These car models are diabolical, man. Doesn't get spoken about enough. I can't say I've ever seen Drewski at home, no. I also can't say that I follow him that much, so no, so I wouldn't take my word for gospel. Bro's fridging. What is this whole fridge thing about? I've been seeing it on the forum, I don't have it on a Discord, I don't have a clue what's going on. Yeah, basically, Chuck. Some cars float. Some cars are halfway inside the ground. You'll be lucky if they turn on the road and not over the pavement. NPCs crossing the tracks, NPCs flying, not wanting to get on the train. The bro has many fridges on his PC. Is this like a fetish or a kink? Now, Bill, explain yourself. Are you the true fridge freak? Oh really, Chuck? On what route? Garden Pass, nice, nice. I do miss that route, man. Haven't touched it in over a year. It's a shame that it was as bugged as it was at the release of TSW 3. Because I feel like I could have got a lot more enjoyment out of it than I ended up getting. No, I did not say Nabil's a fetish. I said, is our fridges his fetish? Is it a kink? Him and fridges. The fridge freak. Freaky fridge. Oh, there's that rare livery. The blue one. The dark blue one. Yeah, it's pretty clean now from what I remember. But when the game when it first released, there was a bug where it would become foggy, but you couldn't see anything. The fog would be so thick you couldn't see anything. I mean, nothing at all. And so I would just drive using like the HUD to tell me how far away I was from the next station and from the next stop marker. I mean, and that bug lasted pretty much the whole way through my journey mode gameplay. Although I'm pretty certain all my TSW3 core route progress has been wiped. So I'm probably going to be doing it again at some point. Just focusing on maintaining the speed limit, yeah. Although once you kind of figure out the technique, it does become a whole lot easier. That goes for any freight route, to be honest. So cool that you can't see nothing, I know, right? I mean, I battled my way through it. Wasn't the greatest of experiences, but you know, we got through. The branch also runs the R211 on their property. Is that a train? The R211? We're about to enter service. Okay, it is a train. So it sounds pretty modern then. That would be nice to get a modern US some modern US stock. I know the M7's sorry, the M9 is new, but other than that, I don't really think we've got much in the way of modern US stock. I will do so, Chuck. Is it urgent? Do I need to check it right now? They'll feature in the game. Nice. Can you put a short timetable route with fog at max? Not visible. I mean, I could probably just do it messing around with the environment settings using God mode, but it's not going to make for a great experience. Just a screenshot? Okay, I'll take a look at it real quick. Have you DM'd me directly, Chuck? I haven't got any DMs from you. Began service back in October, so they're new. Is it gonna have like annoying safety systems like we do on the Long Island Railroad? Under what channel, Chuck? TSW? Oh, okay. Oh wow, nice. Nice, man. Yeah, that route's so gorgeous, man. It's one of the best looking ones. Like, TOD V4 came at the right time for that route. Very nice. Where's Nabil? He was here. I don't know where he's gone. He's been here the whole stream. He's the only one that's been here the whole stream. For the most part. ASR's also been here as well. Everyone else was here and then left. Nice one, Chuck. Thank you for sharing them, man. I'll take a look at them. If it's one thing TOD4 is good for, is making the game look pretty. Can't deny it. Is it a recent purchase, Chuck? Or have you had it for a while? Bro's TOD2. Bro came back to say one thing and it was TOD2. Nice. Oh, for PlayStation. Okay, cool. So what, you're not on PC anymore then? Or are you currently using both? Such good reflections. What do you mean? I don't see any reflections. Do you mean like on the rails? PlayStation in my office and a PC at home. Oh, okay, sweet. Thank you very much for that random information, Nabil. Nobody asked, but always appreciated. No worries, Amazing Lion, mate. Yeah, well, we'll wait and find out. People are definitely going to be asking, considering what we've had to deal with the Long Island Railroads. Oh, in the screenshots. Isn't it just photo? Doesn't just photo mode like make things look better? Because that was taken on the PS5, so there's no mods. So I think that's just photo mode doing photo mode things. Nail biting gradients. I'll tell you what's nail biting. When the physics are nail biting. That's the only nail biting thing about the route. Remember games that had a shocking start, you know. The BR204, to this day, arguably the worst DLC in the game. A Rosa line. Like West Coast line had its fair share of issues. Isle of Wight was good. They released Isle of Wight, right? But they kind of evened it out, and then have been up and down ever since. God forbid this train's gonna stop. God forbid it stops. Goodness me. Who did the 187? Skyhook Games. Although to be fair, that was the old Skyhook. They've changed it. They've changed for the better. Oh, after the 204, the Isle of Wight released. Okay, so they've always been up and down. Then, just roll the dice. It's a gamble. Is the next DLC gonna be decent or complete and utter crap? Who knows? That is a Cyberpunk OS vehicle, 100%. I don't think I've ever seen that in the game before. Yeah, stunning scenery is diabolical. Very disrespectful. I think the main issue with it, Domi, was the sounds, but there was a sound mod. There have been a couple of sound mods, to be fair, over the years that have helped sort that out. Bound for Retirement is music to my ears, Amazing Lion. I do like myself some old stock. Since 1973, that's not that long. Or is it just that trains in the UK just have like a stupidly long lifespan? God bless us, Pastor. Well, that's why, Chuck, we've had so many incidents So many spads, so many crashing into buffers. I even crashed into the buffers on Roblox. However, I don't blame myself for that one completely. I think it's only right the next time I'm on Roblox, I give SCR a proper go. Because I feel like I gave it enough of a go to see how it is, but I'll probably do a proper run next time. The longest subway car in NYC has been around was 57 years. To be fair, that's pretty long. But if that's like rare that a train will last that long, then yeah. Generally speaking, the trains don't last that long in service. Then you've got the underground. The London Underground. I mean, to be fair, the Bakerloo lines, the 1972 stock is the oldest, and that was 72. Isle of Wight good, Arosa trash, West Cornwall trash, S-Bahn, as far as I understand, is probably on the trash side. Adelaide 2022 is good. Edinburgh Glasgow was... It was nothing special, pretty mid, but, you know, fair enough. Bernina, very good, 5 circle trash. Talk about inconsistency. I assume safety critical problems, Amazing Lion. Panino was secretly made by TS3. Honestly, if they came out and said that, I would believe it in an instant. I would believe it in an instant. Panino is such an outlier in the list of Rivet DLCs. It's hard to believe, man. Hard to believe the same company that made some other ones. Especially when the next route they made, the next DLC was 5 circle. It's like, if it was like some years or some DLCs in between, you know, and they quality slowly dwindled, cool. But to have your best DLC come out followed by one of your worst is wild. What problems do the R44s have, Amazing Lion? Nabil, it is, yeah. And to be fair, my friend, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, you should, man. You know, it's nothing crazy, but it's a good little run. You know, there aren't any glaring problems. Oh no, tell a lie. I came across some floating foliage. Whether that's been sorted out or not, I don't know. And it was like very much in view of the cab, but that was only one section, so judge it how you want. Touched that route once. Even once was too much. never forget that scenario. Never forget that. I can't. You can't. You can't. You can try. You can try and erase it out of your memory. You will not be able to. Good luck. They've always found to have cracks in them when they are delivered. I mean, if cracks formed later on in the lifetime, fair, but upon delivery? 1,700 cracks. Jesus Christ. When will Tracy Mode Enhanced come out? Give it time. Just give it time. What's up with you? I'm stuck behind the chair. I'm stuck behind the chair. Blended brake cut out. Why are the brakes cut out? How long am I streaming? This is going to be the last route, Nabil. We're due at LA Union at 11:16 in-game time, so in maybe half an hour, around thereabouts. I appreciate you hanging around the whole way through, man. We've had some good conversations, though. Definitely reminiscent of old times. Half an hour is still plenty, though. Honestly, I actually have had like a pretty decent time with this loco, man. I'll be honest. I've enjoyed doing the scenarios. Like I was saying yesterday to Brody, it's actually a good little DLC, man. A little bit overpriced, but I think it's overpriced in terms of local DLC pricing, not overpriced because it's a bad DLC. No, I did not get it legit. I don't know if you were there when I was speaking about it the other day, but I don't think I'm going to follow through with my previous statement that I was gonna get everything legit. I mean, it's free depending on where you get it, innit? But if you were to get it legit, $20. I don't remember what it is, what it comes up to in other currencies. I just remember in dollars it's 20. Like I said, it's free depending on where you go for it. I mean, LCD destinations in the early 90s is quite. That was quite cool. Well, Chuck is partly part of the PlayStation friends. Partly. Why is my thing doing backlight comp? I don't want it to be doing that because it makes me very bright. I'm not actually this bright. Question is it going to save these settings? Because I'm pretty certain I've set these settings before. Yeah, as is the case with everything in Amazing Lion. I do wonder how long the newer stock is going to last compared to the older stock. As with everything older, things were built to last. It's a little bit different now. Suffering in the office is crazy. Congratulations, Truck, on a second workshop. Nabil, don't tell me you didn't know about bus. Bus is it bus driver? I think bus driver. Don't tell me you didn't know about bus driver, man. What does retrofitting mean? I've seen that term used so often, but I've never actually known what it means, right? What do you mean when you retrofit something? You did? Okay. Because that is a certified hood classic. I'm surprised I didn't make videos about that game, to be honest, even back then. Oh, come on. SCS. Was that an SCS title? No way. I played so many SCS titles, man. Played a bunch of the 18 Wheels of Steel series. Bus Driver. They've been about, man. They've look at the development, right, of like their games back in the 2000s to where they've gotten now. And then you look at someone like Aerosoft, and it's like, what are you doing? Look at your friends. Look at your friend in the industry. What are you doing with your life? So did I, Chuck, but I soldiered through. I soldiered through the low FPS. Everything on minimum. And I used to watch like the YouTube videos of people playing it at max settings, showing off. And I would just wish, man. Dealing with game crashes all the time because you run out of memory. Ah, yes. It's when they add a component or some sort of main part that was never added to the first built by the manufacturer. Okay. Okay, cool, makes sense. So I had a fair idea of it then. I had a pretty correct idea of it. Oh yeah, Nabil. Oh my god. I don't know if you're talking about your situation or mine, but if you're talking about your own, I had the exact same experience. My family computer couldn't even open ETS1. I convinced my dad to let me download the demo, and then I couldn't even open the game. Good old days indeed, man. Life was completely different back then. Some things I'd like to go back to, other things not so much. Yep. Literally what I touched on earlier. Literally what I was saying earlier. It can definitely still be found. It's just a lot harder to find nowadays. Before, that excitement used to come to us for free. In abundance. Now we have to go and look for it. But it's there. It exists. Which is, I guess, something to be grateful for. Let's put it this way, Nabil. If I was given the choice, I don't think I would take it, because yes, I could go and gamble on Bitcoin and make billions, and by this current age I could be a trillionaire, right? Absolutely. But I feel like everything happened the way it did in the time that it did for a reason, and who knows, you know, maybe amassing amount of wealth means I lose some family, or I lose some friends, or, you know, my life goes in such a way that I never encounter my wife, or, you know. So some things could be worse, some things could be better, but I think though the negatives would outweigh the positives. And like I said, if I was actually given the choice, I wouldn't take it. If I was given the choice to change even a minuscule thing about my life, I wouldn't take it. Yeah, that as well, you know, low key, what Chuck said. If we are gonna go back with the same, with the actual brains that we have right now, with what we know and everything, you'd miss out on so much excitement and experiencing things for the first time and stuff like that. Hey, the butterfly effect from that could destroy the whole world. Not just like your own life or your experiences. It could genuinely destroy the world. Always two sides of a coin, always, but very rarely balanced. Am I going to crash? I mean, we're stopped. If you're talking about the next station or at some point in this run, I highly doubt it. Because we're going to be entering LA Union at 12 miles per hour. I don't think... I think it would take some... It would take something, some talent, or some sort of curse to crash while traveling at 12 miles per hour. But who knows? I was playing Roblox the other day and crashed going a few miles an hour, so hey. SES is doing a sell right now. I can't even say I'm surprised. When are SES not doing a sell, to be honest? The first CS Classic I played, Chuck, I think was 2015. And it was the one that came with the King's Cross to Peterborough route, I think. And I remember the performance was so bad on my laptop, I just had to delete it. Now, did I try to play it before that? Maybe, but I can't remember it clearly. I didn't even know if it was possible to derail with Dommy in Roblox. I was expecting a 10% discount after 4 months. Wait, are you saying that there still hasn't been a discount at all on Greece, Nabil? I think I can agree 10% would be reasonable after 4 months. Especially, you know, SES, who love their sales. And, you know, have made enough money anyway. I don't see why there wouldn't be a sale. Trains derail normally in Roblox. Or if they derail normally, and I've never derailed on Roblox, then that tells you something about the skill that I possess, isn't it? No discount on Greece yet. That's strange. I'm obviously not going to dictate what SES should and shouldn't do. But I too, by now, would have expected some sort of sale. It's not like Greece was... I don't think it was, you know, a super difficult DLC to create. I don't think it was one that they invested a lot more in compared to any of their other DLCs. You know, it's not a DLC that particularly stands out from the rest. It fits in line with the rest of them pretty well. No discount on iRacing. You know what? There is usually a discount on iRacing, but only for the first month or so. You do actually find them. I check. I see it regularly. I'll be honest. I always consider it. I do consider it, but I just don't. I don't sim race enough to warrant how much I'd be paying, because you pay for the subscription and then you pay for every single vehicle and every single track, and it's just a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? See, fair enough, Dommy. That's music to my ears, mate. So now I've got an excuse. So if I do derail, it wasn't my fault. The rails weren't developed properly. The scene reminds me of like a cloudy morning in Morocco. Well, I'm not surprised games there are often glitchy, because at the end of the day, it's bloody Roblox. It's not a train sim. It's not a flight sim. It's Roblox. So just the fact that we've got what we have and it runs as well as it does is beyond, I think, what anybody 5-10 years ago would have imagined. Maybe not 5 years ago, more so 10 years ago. A rare MP36 sighting. Oh my god, this is quite busy, isn't it? Wow. And no lag at all. Why do I speak? Why do I even speak? Yeah, but ASR, it's been 4 months, bro. 4 months. It didn't come out. It didn't come out in February. Nah, man. I think 4 months. A company like SES, 4 months is enough. So like Nabil said, just a 10% discount, just a little one, you know. It took 2 years for it to go on discount. Fair enough. Well, that's too long. I still feel the same way. Surely we clipped that, right? Surely we clipped through that. That seemed way too close. I wanted to get more of the tram lines. Maybe. We'll see. Only time will tell, innit? No, wasn't that for Ludwig's bar in the bill? There are already trams on this route, but I think they're different to the Edinburgh Glasgow ones. Yo, is that two trains coming in together? Side by side? No, it's one. One mile an hour limit. I don't even know why that's there, to be honest. Our decision not to release that DLC, I absolutely 100% wholeheartedly agree. It has nothing to do with politics. If you were to release it, nothing. Not releasing it, however, has now made you involved in politics. Daft decision, man. What was releasing that? Were you going to fund Putin or fund Russia? What do you like? I really don't understand. I really don't understand their position. I don't understand the mindset behind that decision, man. Like, what part of releasing that DLC would have suggested that you're supporting Russia? So in that case, create a Ukraine one then. If it's that deep that you're not going to release the Russian one, then go and create a Ukraine one. You want to support Ukraine, so create a Ukrainian one then. Ukraine DLC. That is one of very, 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 very few L's SS has taken in recent times, man. Ah, Ukrainian paint jobs, yes, because that was going to make up for it. The amount of Ukrainian war crimes that I've witnessed on Instagram is diabolical. Not that I haven't seen any Russian ones, but it's just very interesting when one side is painted as pure victims. But I know that's a very unpopular opinion, so... Well, is it 1 or 79, Nabil? Roll the dice. I mean, if you hit it at 79 miles per hour, you're probably going to go right through it. However, if you hit it at 1, it's going to limit you. So, I think the right decision would be hitting it at 80 miles an hour. I don't think the trams move on here, though. You see them about, but I don't think they move. They're just, like, parked at a depot. And that is that, boys. 2 hours and 6 minutes for that run. Simulated 365 days strike. I guess so. You know what? Let's just say it's that. That's exactly what it is. Absolutely. Right. Is there anyone that you guys want to raid? Otherwise, I'll call it there. Thank you very much, Nabil, for your presence throughout the entirety of today's stream. I highly appreciate that. Thank you, Chuck, for the gifted. Thank you, ASR. You've been around for quite a while as well. Domi. Amazing Lion. It was good to see you again as well. Little Princess is diabolical. Unfortunately, Castellite is not live. Is that really an unfortunate event? Is that really an unfortunate event? In that case, then I'll just call it there. I will leave it there for you lot. We'll be back on Monday. Keep an eye out for the schedule at some point over the weekend. Or maybe even Monday morning. But I'll try and do it a little bit earlier. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me today. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. And until the next one, peace out.